All right, hello everyone. Today, we're going on a bit of an adventure. We're heading to the heart of Edinburgh to climb this incredible historic tower. And let me tell you, this place is packed with over 100 illusions that are designed to completely blow your mind. They've been tricking people's eyes for generations, and it's just so much fun.
So you really need to get ready to question everything you see. Because once you step inside this tower, right there on Edinburgh's famous Royal Mile, you'll learn pretty quickly that seeing is definitely not believing. Your senses? Yeah, they're about to get a serious workout.
Okay, so our journey starts the moment we step inside. We're talking 5 whole floors in this amazing old building, and every single one is just crammed with puzzles and things you can actually get your hands on. Quick tip from me to you, you're going to want to set aside at least 2 hours for this place. Trust me, you'll need it to see everything.
First thing you'll probably hit is the legendary Vortex Tunnel. Now the challenge sounds super simple, right? All you have to do is walk across a bridge that is completely flat and totally still. But as these crazy swirling lights spin all around you, your brain just gets completely fooled. It's a wild test of balance. I promise you, you'll be grabbing for those handrails feeling like the entire room is about to tip over. All right, next up, you're going to find yourself stepping into this glittering, confusing labyrinth. They'll have you put on a pair of plastic gloves, to keep the mirrors clean. And then, good luck. Your mission is to find the way out. But with what feels like a million reflections of you in every direction, it is surprisingly hard to tell which hallway is real and which one is just a trick of the light.
Then you get to the famous Ames room. This is where they play with something called forced perspective, and it is just brilliant. You stand in one corner and poof, you look tiny, like shorter than a penguin. But then you just walk a few steps to the other side of the room and suddenly you're a giant, towering over everyone else. It's such a great spot for photos, and it really shows you just how easily our brains can be tricked.
Okay, this next one is wonderfully spooky, but don't worry, it is 100% safe. Thanks to a really clever use of mirrors, it looks like your head has been, well, served for dinner on a platter. It's a classic trick, and it gets a huge laugh every single time.
And the fun just keeps on coming. It's relentless. You can literally swap noses with a friend and create these hilarious new faces. Then, in the Magic Gallery, you can touch lightning. I'm not kidding. You can put your hand on a plasma ball and watch the sparks dance to your fingertips. You can even capture your own shadow on a wall, or look down this crazy ladder that looks like it goes all the way to Australia. It's just non-stop. So, after all that mind-bending fun on the lower floors, it is time to head up. You've got a bit of a climb, 98 steps to be exact, to get to the very top of this incredible building. But let me tell you, the biggest surprise of all is waiting for you right at the end of that climb.
And here we are, the rooftop terrace. This is your reward for all those stairs. And this is not just some random viewing platform. Nope, this is a special open-air deck way up high above the city, and honestly, it has some of the most spectacular views you will find anywhere in Edinburgh, period. From right here, you get a completely clear 360-degree view of the entire city skyline and everything beyond it. It is absolutely breathtaking. There's no other word for it.
I mean, you are literally standing right next door to the magnificent Edinburgh Castle. You get this amazing close-up view you can't get anywhere else. You can look straight down on the bustling Royal Mile, watch all the tiny people walking around, and follow the old city streets as they stretch all the way out to the sea. And here's the best part. They have these powerful telescopes and binoculars up there, and they're completely free to use, so you can really zoom in and explore.
Okay, now it's time for the tower's oldest and probably most famous secret. We're going to head back inside from the terrace and step into this mysterious, totally dark room. This is the main event, folks. This is the whole reason the tower has its name. We are here for the CameraObscura show. And that name, CameraObscura, it's actually Latin. It literally means dark room, which makes perfect sense because that's exactly where we are. What you're about to see is a real piece of living history. It's a marvel from the Victorian era that still works just as perfectly today. So you're probably wondering, how on earth does this old school tech actually work? Well, it's pure genius-level physics. There are no projectors, no screens, no electricity involved at all. It starts with a simple periscope up on the roof that grabs the daylight from outside. Then, a huge mirror and 3 special lenses guide that light all the way down into our dark room and project a live, moving, full-color picture of the city right onto this big white table in front of everyone. It's like magic.
And it's not just a static picture. A guide runs the whole show, and they take you on this fascinating and usually hilarious tour of the city without you ever having to leave the room.
They point out all the big landmarks, tell you some great stories, and here's the really fun part. You can actually hold out a piece of paper and pick up the tiny, unsuspecting people walking down the street below. It's such a cool, amazing experience.
So, who was the brilliant mind behind all of this? I mean, who came up with this incredible idea? Well, to answer that, we have to jump back in time a bit, all the way to the 19th century. It all started with this amazing woman, a really determined entrepreneur named Maria Theresa Short. Back in 1835, she opened her first observatory over on Calton Hill, and it was super popular. But then the council kicked her out. Did she give up? No way. In 1853, she bought this very building on Castle Hill, built 2 more floors on top, and set up her new attraction right here, with the CameraObscura as the star. Much later, in 1892, a guy named Patrick Geddes, a real visionary, took it over and called it the Outlook Tower, using it to help people learn about their own city. So really, it's all thanks to Maria Short's incredible vision and just sheer persistence. Because of her, this tower has been a place for fun and wonder and learning for more than 170 years. That actually makes it the oldest purpose-built visitor attraction in all of Edinburgh. How cool is that?
Okay, so are you feeling inspired? Are you ready to go see it all for yourself? It really is an unforgettable experience. So here's a little bit of what you need to know if you want to plan your own trip.
First off, finding the tower is super easy. You literally can't miss it. It's right at the top of the Royal Mile, on a street called Castle Hill, right next to the entrance to Edinburgh Castle. And if you're taking public transport, it's just a short, maybe 10-minute walk from the main train station or the Princess Street tram stop. Really simple.
Okay, a few key tips for your trip. Number 1, book your tickets online before you go. I can't stress this enough. It gets really busy, and this will guarantee you can get in when you want to. Also, wear comfy shoes. Remember those 98 stairs we talked about? You'll thank me later. And here's a really important thing to know. Because it's such an old, historic building, there is no elevator or lift. That does mean it's not accessible for wheelchairs or strollers. But on the bright side, it's open every single day of the year, and a lot of times it's open late into the evening.
So, there you have it. From the crazy, dizzying vortex tunnel to the incredible history of the CameraObscura, all the way up to those unbelievable rooftop views, this tower is just an amazing journey through science, history, and just pure simple fun. So, the only question left is, if you were going, which illusion would you try first?